12 shocking facts that will make you see the world differently. As history buffs and people who appreciate learning new things, there are a lot of great tiny nuggets of information out there that we love to grab. It's always entertaining to pick up a new piece of trivia to share with our friends and family. But every now and then, we come across information about the history and the world around us that might alter the way we see things and live our lives. Sometimes all it takes is a single sentence to make a difference. Life was normal one moment and then irreversibly changed the next. Perhaps it's a life-changing insight or a paradigm-shifting phrase, something that dramatically transforms your life. Is it more likely? It's merely a fact, a new insight into something you thought you knew all your life. It's possible that the modification will be minor. It's possible that the alteration will go unnoticed. Knowing, for example, that certain animals have funeral rites or that people in ancient past may have made jokes about each other's moms might completely transform a person. These are some new facts that have changed the way we look at the world. Before we start the video, please subscribe my YouTube channel so that you can be updated by my new videos. Number 12. Elephants bury their dead. Elephants show respect for their departed comrades, and scientists are still attempting to figure out how they interact with them. Researchers are hesitant to call what they're doing grief, but it appears to be emotional activity rather than survival or need. Elephants have been seen burying their deceased under greenery and staying with their carcasses for long periods of time. They've also been seen returning to graveyards to pay their respects. Elephants show respect for their fallen companions, and scientists are currently researching how they interact with them. Researchers aren't sure if what they're doing is mourning, but it looks to be emotional activity rather than survival or need. Number 11. Alexander Graham Bell used the metal detector he invented to try to find the bullet in President Garfield's body. On July 2, 1881, President James Garfield was shot in an assassination attempt. Doctors attempted to save the president's life and extract the bullet from his body, but they underestimated the bullet's trajectory and were unable to find it. The president's condition deteriorated with each attempt to dig it up, only to come up empty-handed. Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, was confident in the power of science and came to the rescue with an electromagnetic equipment he had previously developed to identify bullets in Civil War soldiers. Unfortunately, the bullet was never discovered, and President Garfield died on September 19. Doctors only allowed Bell to examine the president's right side, where they suspected the bullet was lodged, since the steel springs in the mattress interfered with his gadget. The bullet was discovered in his left side after he died. Number 10. All the planets in our solar system can fit between the Earth and our Moon. The Earth's average distance from the Moon is 384,400 kilometers. Mercury's 4,879 kilometers, Venus 12,104 kilometers, Mars 6,771 kilometers, Jupiter's 139,822 kilometers, Saturn's 116,464 kilometers, Uranus 50,724 kilometers, Neptune's 49,244 kilometers, and Pluto's 2,300 kilometers. Average diameters add up to 382,308 kilometers. If they were all lined up, there would be around 2,092 kilometers between them, ensuring that things don't grow too crowded. Number 9. Uranus was discovered before Antarctica. Since ancient Babylonia, humans have known about Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, but no one knew what they were gazing at beyond that. People may have noticed Uranus in the sky but mistook it for a star. Amateur astronomer William Herschel didn't discover what he thought was a comet until March 13, 1781. The findings sparked discussion among astronomers at the time, but it was finally agreed in 1783 that this was definitely a planet. A few years later, in 1820, two independent, rival expeditions discovered the enormous new continent they had been searching for, Terra Australis Incognita, within 3 days of each other. The discovery of the Russian and British explorers would lead to the formation of Antarctica. Number 8. Mosquitoes are the world's deadliest animal. What many people consider a common insect is really responsible for more annual deaths than any other animal on the planet. Mosquito-borne diseases claim the lives of roughly 2.7 million people each year. The mosquito is extremely adaptive to its surroundings and is responsible for a variety of devastating infections, including Zika, West Nile virus, malaria, yellow fever, and dengue fever, among others. Number 7, Alberta, Canada waged a war on rats and has been nearly rat-free for 70 years. Rats are not native to North America, yet they do well in urban areas. When rats first arrived in eastern Saskatchewan in the 1920s, Alberta was given a deadline to prepare. In 1942, a law was created that defined pests as creatures that ruined crops and required individuals and towns to eradicate them. Every town was assigned a rat control inspector, and 2,000 posters and 1,500 brochures explaining what rats were and how to stop them were distributed in 1951. Arsenic was used to treat buildings and farms, poisoning livestock. Then they turned to warfarin, a safer medication that has been available since 1953. Infestations had greatly decreased by 1959. Sightings and infestations are still reported and studied very promptly by professionals. Number 6. The Mickey and Minnie Mouse voice actors married each other. In the 1970s, Wayne Allwine became the third person to voice Disney's Mickey Mouse, following Walt Disney as the first. Russi Taylor took over the role of Minnie in 1986. As their characters, they had instant chemistry and were close friends. They married in 1991, but kept their relationship a secret so as not to detract from their performance. Wayne died in 2009, and they remained together till then. Number 5. A person's skin accounts for about 16% of their body weight. You could pick the brain or lungs, or any other huge internal organ, but you'd be way off the mark. That's because the heaviest organ isn't one that most people would think of as an organ, much less one that would be so heavy. It's all about your skin here. The biggest organ in the human body is the skin. It is not uniform in thickness, but rather varies from very thin at the eyelids to thick at the palms and heels. An typical adult's skin would cover around 22 square feet, 2 square meters, if spread out. Number 4. Norway knighted a penguin. Sir Nils Olav III is a 3-foot-tall king penguin who lives in Scotland's Edinburgh Zoo. When the Norwegian King's Guard visited the Edinburgh Zoo in 1972, the original Nils Olav was chosen to act as a mascot. The current Nils is the third penguin to serve as the Guard's mascot, and he was knighted in 2008 on behalf of Norway's King Harald V Loudon by British Major General Ewan Loudon. When the Edinburgh Zoo originally opened in 1913, it was given its first king penguin by Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen, who was the first person to reach the South Pole in 1911. Number 3. Reno is farther west than Los Angeles. While we naturally assume that a city in a West Coast state is further west than a city in an adjacent eastern state, we frequently overlook California's southern twist. Reno is at 119 degrees 49 minutes west longitude, while Los Angeles is at 118 degrees 14 minutes longitude. Number 2. The bikini swimsuit took its name from where the US tested the atomic bomb. In July 1946, in the Piscine Molitor swimming pool in Paris, French designer Louis Reard debuted the bikini, a two-piece swimsuit. The two-piece swimsuit is named after Bikini Atoll in the Marshall Islands, which was the site of 23 US nuclear weapon testing between 1946 and 1958. The swimming suit was allegedly named after its French inventor's claim that it will have an explosive influence on society. The Pacific Ocean islands are still contaminated with radiation and are not suitable for human settlement, although they are considered safe for scuba diving. A fleet of US ships sunk during the experiments, including the USS Saratoga, one of the world's largest diveable wrecks, are buried in Bikini Lagoon. Underwater adventurers should be aware, however, that soil tests conducted in 2015 from the Bikini and Enewetak atolls revealed plutonium levels 10 times greater than those found in the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Number 1. The earliest known, "Your mom" joke is from 3,500 years ago in Babylonia. A stone tablet from Babylon, circa 1500 BCE, was unearthed by archaeologists in Iraq. Several riddles were carved into the terribly broken stone. Granted, jokes and riddles translated through hundreds of years from old languages from many civilizations don't often translate well, but it appears that someone was attempting to be amusing. I hoped you find this video helpful. If you liked the video, do like and subscribe as it really helps our channel, and do remember to give your feedback in the comments below. See you in the next video with some more interesting stories and facts.